All right, today is yet another beautiful day the Lord has given unto you, and I able to me more about strong ever possible TV. And the point so and then the can we channel is YouTube and and say me best also be the brain or share video no. I'm gonna share and like or comment or subscribe and share content no and also recommend the channel no. I'm on your videos ni be near me this media which I'm any difference at you aka possible. When you say the can this year for my own say more go my Ghana na brain I don't support echo hibnate be about me no can say I was your back be a drop inside and say me person say what that
John Ajekum Kufuor, you've mentioned current President Nana Akufo-Addo, you've mentioned Chairman Rawlings, former president as well. You've not mentioned John Mahama, and this is a man that was also a president of the NDC. In fact, he was a man that took over from your darling Prof. So people always wonder, do you have something against John Mahama? Like, do you hate him or something?
In 2016, when I was Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, in the heat of the election, just before results declaration, I held a press conference maybe around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And I said the NDC was in a comfortable lead.
The famous comfortable lead statement.
Who was the leader and president of the NDC at the time? Jonathan Atta, Rawlings, Kufuor, Akufo-Addo. Who was?
John Mahama.
Thank you. So where is this coming from?
Because there are those who think that you feel, and I'm just passing on comments that we receive from viewers. Yes. So they assume that you feel that perhaps John Mahama's achievements may have overshadowed the late professor's achievements, and maybe you're peeved about it.
I don't want to cascade into the gutters of pettiness. President Nelson's achievements are there, they stand tall. I'm not going to go into any watery comparison to appease some little minds who think that they're going to waste my time on their side of the debate. What President Mills did, 2 public universities in 3.5 years, University of Health and Allied Sciences in O, University of Energy and Natural Resources in the Bangahafo region, the new Legon Hospital, the number of secondary schools across the country. The honorable member for Sisala East just left, Tumu. In his next constituency, Sisala West, Golu, where the former president Hilal Iman, a brand new SHS came up under Mills and we named it after him. Look, the legacy of President Mills stands. I'm not going to go into any, like I said, any watery comparison. I'm dealing with President Mills. Those who want to talk about other things, let them go and then talk about other things. Right. But that was, I said, in 2016, I said, and with my lips, I said President Mahama was in a comfortable lead. I had a mandate at the time to execute. As a party member, I executed. Today, I am no longer at the party headquarters, Thelma.
And you are not even a member of the NDC anymore because you've been expelled. And so you haven't conducted or granted any interviews to express your opinions about this whole expulsion business. Let me take your initial comments on that particular development, and then I'll follow up with 1 or 2 more.
Well, this is the NDC's constitution. You understand? I told you the NDC's constitution and Ghana's constitution. You understand? This constitution guarantees me my civil liberties and my citizenship. This constitution guarantees me my membership of the NDC.
Even if the organization says they don't want.
It's a voluntary organization, but still has a constitution.
And what does the constitution say about membership?
And there are rules and regulations governing that the voluntary organization. You want to expel somebody, let me just read Article 47.
Are you going to refer to the dismissal letter?
No, hold on. I'll give you, let me just, first of all, Article 47 of the NDC's constitution, which Code of Conduct and Disciplinary Code, and then Rules of Conduct for Party Members. G, that is subsection or clause G. Faithfully apply the fundamental human rights and freedoms provisions of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So this Constitution also believes in the fundamental freedom rights.
But how has that been flouted in your case?
So you're talking about the principles of natural justice. You understand? That a man was given a right and a hearing.
But we hear that you were given an opportunity to appear before a disciplinary committee.
Where is the evidence?
You're saying that they did not invite you to...
No.
They did not give you a fair hearing or any hearing at all?
No hearing. As for fair, it's subjective. Fairness is in the person of who wants to be fair. It's not about a hearing. Nobody gave a hearing, Thelma. Now, I was going to ignore it because the so-called suspension was in the airwaves. Or on the airwaves. Nobody gave me a formal suspension. I just, why should I come? You are saying I'm commenting for the fair because I don't comment to rumor. And you don't respond to your tweets. I don't respond to rumor. So you say you have suspended a certain Koku Anyidoho, which is not me because nobody has given me a letter. As for the so-called disciplinary committee, something, when did they say they had sent me? They say they sent, now they say they went through WhatsApp, they tried email, they tried EMS. You attempted. Did you? So are you still a member of the NDC? Hold on. Then the expulsion comes. I was going to ignore it. Because even the initial one that I saw somewhere, the name was spelled wrongly. Until the General Secretary decided to go on a ranting spree on the media. And I use the word ranting spree. And still I will not comment because he was talking until he decided to zero in on my working relationship with President Mills. Then I'm like, hey, hold on. But I am the guy he's referring to defend himself. So this is a letter that I fired to him. And I took mine to the headquarters for it to be received. Let me this is dated 2nd August 2021. The General Secretary, National Democratic Congress. A quick one. Good one. Quick one. Especially from NDC. Reference the above. Dear Mr. Kojo Asieketia. Since Tuesday, July 27, 2021, and per your voice commentary on a plethora of media outlets in the Republic of Ghana. Koku, let's get to the main yes, one. I mean, this is it. And beyond, you have made and continue to make running comments about the expulsion of Samuel Koku Anyidoho from the NDC. I am registered as Samuel Koku Anyidoho at the Tanigbo Etoile branch, Volta region, as a proud member of the NDC. And so I deem it that all your comments are directed at my person. Indeed, your reference to me as an aide to President Mills makes it very certain that I am the one you continue to refer to. It's a short thing. And what was the response? Have you received the response? I have been a loyal member of the NDC and continue to be since 1992. I have never infringed the constitution of the party. I do not have a history of indiscipline. This is the point. Without serving me with any document, you have, per your voice and body language, made so many disparaging comments about my supposed expulsion from the NDC. Koku, you've made that and gone further to make incendiary comments. Listen. What was the response? Respectfully, going to court is not war. Going to court is only respecting the laws of the land. Because let me tell you, I have been Deputy General Secretary for 4 years. So I went to the presidency. I didn't leave the party after the death of President Mills. I stayed. We won the 2013 elections. Sorry, 2012. 2014, I went for Congress, Deputy General Secretary. I went to the headquarters and served my party with distinction and dexterity. In the process, I've seen a lot of things, or a few things, that are not right. Somehow, that wrong has worked in my direction. If I fail to right that wrong, Professor Mills will punish me because I'm a leader of a political party. I'm a national figure. If there are some things in this constitution, dead ends, pitfalls, it is my duty to help us clean it up. So now, apart from the National Constitution Review, I'm on a redemption mission. No, I'm telling you, I'm on a redemption mission. Not for only the NDC, but even for the Republic of Ghana. It's a calling. Now you're calling for a review of the NDC's constitution. So we'll do the internal mechanisms. Look, let me tell you. Just yesterday. Well, it's on so that they will say that they put it. But I can tell you that as of yesterday, a letter emanated from the NDC headquarters, signed by one of the deputy general secretaries. Listen, to all regional chairmen, that they should bring input for the amendment of the NDC's constitution. Koku Anyidoho, I'm a hero. Wallahi. I'm just going to just pick your thoughts on this again. Because that's where will it come from? That they are now writing to regional chairmen to bring input for amendment of the constitution. It has never happened before. So I'm happy that I'm bearing this cross one of these days, I'm saying that vindication lies in the womb of time. I, Samuel Koku Anyidoho, I'll be vindicated on this matter. And I'll wear my crown of glory.
Koku.
Just like Mordecai wore his crown of glory, and Haman ended up in the gallows.
Koku, let's go back to Atta Mills for a minute. What have been some of the most daunting challenges in the path of this drive to immortalize the memory of the late Prof?
Now, this is
honesty, patience, calmness. You're very strong with your emotions and very forceful in your expressions of your emotions. How do you respond to that?
That's how we won the 2008 elections.
So when people say you do buga politics, or you did it for Atta Mills, they will be right to say so?
I don't think that they'll be far from the truth. I mean, one had to adopt a certain posture. This same question came up 2 days ago somewhere, and I just drew an analogy, and the people, I said, Azuma Nelson is a boxer, right?
Yes, but you are not a boxer.
No, hold on. So let me finish. When he's preparing for a boxing tournament, you know how he gets ready for it? The dawn running sessions, the sparring sessions, he has to adopt a certain attitude because he has a trophy. He has a belt to go and win. He finishes winning the belt. He doesn't wake up every morning with gloves, boxing everybody on the street, because he's won his belt. Elections have to be won. Politics is psychological warfare. Hey, you say my man is sick. You say my man is invalid. He's incapable of running an election. He's a weakling. It was my duty to tell you that the man is not a weakling. You can't insult him and get away with it. Of course, I didn't have to insult, but one had to adopt a certain posture. And he's no longer alive. But on the lighter side, every now and then, because I can say it, he's gone now. After I become president, he will be there and like, Koku, it looks like the system is a bit quiet. Why don't you go and fix something and heat up your system? I mean, everything I did with his consent, and I'm glad that he appreciated it every step of the way. And people will go to him. Why you doing? Then as you are descending, he's called me quietly. So I'll be coming up the staircase as you are going down. Once I enter the office, you say, did you see Thelma go down? You know, she came and sat here. You know, these people, know them, but don't let them know that you know them. So Thelma, I know them all.
Now that you're talking about knowing them, I wouldn't have done my job all round if I didn't ask you this directly.
Yes, but you see, talking about the president's legacy, one of the things that we really need to look at as a country, we'll come back quickly, but I'm sure we'll do a sequel to this one. But it has to do with this.
He's telling the producer
yes,
wants to come back.
We'll do a sequel. This is GTV, we'll do a sequel. Talking about the legacies and what one of the major things that Atta Mills Institute is championing, because what we are doing is that we've not been created just for Sumgay Park, no. It's a civic education and a public policy advocacy think tank, duly registered here in Ghana. That's our core mandate. And
the issue of the constitution review is
very critical.
We had Dr. Abu Sakara and Professor Tuguba on the program to talk about this exact same thing. Do you intend to partner with organizations like the NIM movement of Dr. Sakara and Professor Tuguba?
Anything to drive this national agenda that Atta Mills Institute shall do. Anything, because it was Atta Mills' baby. And I'm happy that Dr. Tuguba, who is now professor, his name is also a 10-member committee. Professor Fiajo was the chairman. Kumbu Nairi, member. Osabarima Kwesiata was member. Mr. Kentina Piak Menka, member. Mrs. Sabina Uforibuatin, member. The Reverend Professor Samuel Kwesi Ejepon, member.
So you intend to engage in some consultations with them to make this
exactly
happen?
And push it. Ghana needs it.
Because we will quickly be running out of time. My producer will be screaming my ears in a minute. You've mentioned